Verify you have all hardware. The 111,024 bolts, 10124867 sliding nuts, and 144,837 foot plates. This system reaches up to 350 centimeters, so find a ladder that isn't broken. If you haven't read the tip-over warnings, don't come crying to me when your wardrobe becomes a horizontal pile of firewood. Start focused or don't start at all. Thread nut 100717 onto bolt 111024, then screw it into the bottom end of the post profile. Leave exactly a 5 millimeters, half an inch, gap between the nut and the post housing. If you can't read a metric ruler by now, I'm genuinely concerned for the structural integrity of your entire home. Keep it precise. Slide 1 or 2 10124867 square nuts into the side channels of the inner post profile as indicated. Ensure the threaded holes are centered within the track before proceeding. If you drop these inside the post and they get stuck, you'll be spending your afternoon shaking a metal pole like a maniac. Pay attention. Snap the foot plate 144837 onto the base 144836 and press it firmly onto the ball joint end of the 111024 bolt. You should feel it click into place to ensure a stable pivot point. It's a ball joint, not a puzzle. If you force it at the wrong angle, you'll snap the plastic. Be gentle but firm. Secure the top ceiling plate 144,838 to the top of the inner post using the 122,925 screw. Once attached, snap the decorative cover 144836 over it until it sits flush against the bracket. If the screw is loose, the whole thing wobbles. It's basic mechanical fastening, not rocket science, so tighten it properly. Place the post vertically and slide the inner profile upward until the top plate touches the ceiling. Use your Allen key 100092 to lightly tighten the side screws so it stays extended. I shouldn't have to tell you that gravity is real. Hold the post steady or prepare for a very expensive headache. Confirm the inner post is fully extended to the ceiling. Then use the 100092 Allen key to firmly lock both side bolts. Ensure the post is roughly plumb before you crank these down. If you leave these loose, the post will collapse like your last relationship. Secure them until there's no vertical movement. Measure distance A from the wall. This must be at least 178 millimeters for 358 millimeters shelves or 235 millimeters for 508 millimeters shelves. Use your tape measure, don't eyeball it. If you put it too close to the wall, your shelves won't fit, and I'm not coming over to re-drill your ceiling holes. Mark the 2 holes in the top bracket and secure them to the ceiling with appropriate screws for your ceiling material. Ensure the bracket is perfectly centered over the post. If you don't hit a joist or use proper anchors, this whole rig is a death trap. Don't be cheap with the fasteners. Hold a spirit level against the side of the post and adjust the base 144837 on the floor until the post is perfectly vertical. The base can slide slightly to correct the angle. If the bubble isn't between the lines, the post is crooked. A crooked post is the mark of a rank amateur. Use the 110470 wrench to turn the 100717 nut counterclockwise, which will drive the post upward and create tension against the ceiling. Keep turning until the post feels rock solid. You want tension, not a structural failure of your drywall. So use some common sense for once while you're tightening. Tighten the 100717 nut until it is locked against the bottom of the profile housing. This prevents the tension from backing off over time. Verify the foot hasn't shifted off-center during this process. If it's loose, the whole thing will shift the first time you hang a heavy coat. Do it right. Repeat the extension process for the second post, sliding the inner profile to the ceiling and locking it with the 100092 Allen key. Make sure the sliding nuts are already in the tracks. If you forgot them, you're taking this whole thing apart again. Think 3 steps ahead. It's not that difficult. Measure distance B between the posts. It must be exactly 460 millimeters or 860 millimeters to match the Elvarli shelf widths. Use your level to ensure the second post is parallel to the first. If the gap is off by even a few millimeters, the shelves will bind. Precision is the difference between a carpenter and a hack. Screw the second ceiling bracket into the ceiling using the pre-marked holes. Ensure the post remains perfectly vertical during this step. If the post shifts while you're drilling, you'll end up with a closet that looks like it's melting. Check your level one more time. It won't kill you to be thorough. Shift the second base 144837 until the level confirms the post is plumb in both directions. The base allows for fine-tuning on the floor surface. If your floor is uneven, this is where you compensate for it. Don't just ignore the slant. The shelves don't care about your excuses, they only care about gravity. Before final tightening, consult the secondary manuals for your specific shelves or clothes rails. You need to know exactly where your mounting heights will be. If you lock the posts before checking your shelf clearances, you're working backwards. Plan your layout now, before the tension is permanent. Use wrench 110470 to tension the second post by turning nut 100717. The post should be pushed firmly against the ceiling bracket. If the post can be wiggled by hand, it's not tight enough. It should feel like it's part of the building structure, not a temporary prop in a high school play. Fully tighten the bottom nut against the profile end to ensure the height is fixed. Check the floor plate one last time to ensure it hasn't walked across the floor. If you've done this correctly, the post won't budge. If it moves, you've failed the most basic part of this job. Try again. Verify the top plate is perfectly flush against the ceiling with no visible gaps. If the ceiling is bowing, you've over-tightened, back it off a quarter turn. This isn't a car jack, it's a closet post. Find the sweet spot between sturdy and crushing your own ceiling, you ham-fisted novice. Ensure the 110470 wrench can still clear the base 144,837 if future adjustments are needed. The gap between the nut and the foot should not exceed 40 millimeters. If it's wider than that, you didn't extend the inner post far enough. It's simple math. Short post plus long bolt equals a weak joint. Push the 20x plastic plugs 146,969 into any unused holes in the side channels to prevent dust and to hide your mediocre work. Snap them in until they sit flush. Once that's done, put your tools away. If you still have parts left over, you probably skipped something important. Good luck with that.